right, so many things to unpack here with the Denver Nuggets. First of all, Jokic dropped a damn near 50-point triple-double. And imagine the Washington Wizards snapping their 16-game losing streak to this stat line. 56 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists. And the Nuggets still lost. Right? Now, this has to be one of the worst losses of the Nuggets season. And I know Jokic has to be shitting his pants right now because check this out. Nikola Jokic suggests Nuggets players should have their pay cut after embarrassing loss to the Wizards. The Denver Nuggets suffered their most embarrassing loss of the season on Saturday night, losing 122-113 to the lowly Washington Wizards at Capital One Arena. After the game, Nikola Jokic somewhat jokingly suggested in his press conference that Nuggets players should have their pay cut. Do they have a clip of this? Oh, they have a clip, I think. Oh no, there isn't a clip. This is what he said though. In my country where I'm coming from, after this kind of stretch, you're gonna get a paycheck that is a little bit less than you are worth. Oh, so he's essentially suggesting that some of these guys should have their pay cut after last night's performance, and he also said maybe a little more they'll receive a little motivation in that happening. Now, we just read that. What's the name of it? Being benched. This is Nikola Jokic. In addition to what we just read, let's just read the whole quote. In my country where I'm coming from, after this kind of stretch, you're gonna get a paycheck that is a little bit less than you are worth. So maybe that's what we need to do. Wow. Maybe a little motivation that way. What's the name of it? Being benched? Being on the bench? I think that's really good motivation too, Jokic added. Well, the Nuggets might as well try anything at this point to turn things around. The one individual on the team who certainly doesn't deserve to have his pay cut or to be benched is Jokic. He was simply spectacular against the Wizards. He still ended up on the losing side when facing a team that entered this contest on a 16-game losing streak. Now, what was the talk of last month for the Washington Wizards? No win November, as they won on a 14. They lost all 14 games in the month of November. They didn't record a single win. And yeah, man, but last night Jokic finished with a career high 56 points. I think Jordan Poole had a pretty good night too. I think he had 39 points. How much did Jordan have? Actually, we can find it out here. Hold on. How much did Jordan Poole have? They don't have Jordan Poole. Oh, here we go. So Jordan Poole had 39 points, and I think he had 9 3-pointers. You know, it was a pool party, right? But the main issue with the and granted, Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon were missing the game, so I guess Nuggets fans can point to that. But you guys are sitting at the Nuggets are sitting at ninth in the Western Conference. And the problem with this Nuggets team is shooting. I said this before the season, I said this in the offseason. Why would you guys give away? I've never understood the concept of trading away key players that won you a championship. Let's look at the Lakers. They had Caldwell Pope, they had Alex Caruso, they had Dwight Howard, they had JaVale McGee. They won a championship in the bubble. Granted, people will call the Lakers bubble championship I don't care. The Lakers won a championship with that team. What does Rob Pelinka do? He trades them all, give them all away for Russell Westbrook, and look what happened. The same exact thing is happening with the Denver Nuggets. The same exact thing. They gave up KCP to the Orlando Magic and Bruce Brown, who in my opinion were two of their key role players. They were two of their key role players. And their absence is evident of their record. The bench matters. And Jokic dropping a damn near 50-point triple-double and still losing the game is absolutely crazy. Check this out. Nuggets locker room reportedly divided because of Michael Malone and GM's bad relationship. So let's go back to what Michael Malone had to say earlier in the season, where when they lost to OKC earlier this season, he says going into this is Nuggets coach Michael Malone, by the way, post game, saying going into the season, shooting was a concern of mine. We lost KCP, who was a 40% 3-point shooter. Like, KCP was a sniper. I was sick when the Lakers gave him up. I was sick. And you see, when it comes to the game of basketball, for the Lakers, right, they were looking, their mindset was, oh, we need star power. But that's not always the case. I feel like balance matters. And KCP is a very good rotational role player who can hit wide open threes and play really good and plays elite defense. So I don't understand why the Lakers would give him up. I don't understand why the Nuggets would give him up. But here we are. It's so poetic. It is so poetic. Look at this. 9th in this it's so poetic. These front offices, man, they have to give these role players some respect, man. They have to. If you want a championship with these guys, why not just give them more money? Or I don't know, man. I don't know. To dictate the market, fuck that. Like, you want a championship, and some of these organizations in the NBA, they wish they can. They're like begging for a championship, man. And yeah, man. So let's get into this. So the Denver Nuggets suffered a humiliating loss to the Washington Wizards despite Nikola'S yada yada yada. After the game, NBA analyst Harrison Wynn speculated on the DNVR Nuggets postgame show that Nuggets locker room is split because of the conflict between Michael Malone and GM Calvin Booth, with players taking different sides. Now, GM Calvin Booth, man, listen, bro. I don't know. Shame on you for giving up KCP. Shame on you for giving up KCP and Bruce Brown. Shame on you, bro. Because look at the team. They're trash. The team is trash. There have been a lot of things bubbling under the surface for the last 2 seasons. It feels like it has all been building, and it's coming to a head now. You've got the Jamal portion of it. You've got the Calvin Booth, Michael Malone conflict, which has been a real thing. Everybody knows this. I've even heard that it is bled over to the locker room. It's gotten to a place where players are torn in that two-sided thing. This is far from good news for the Nuggets, as their team has struggled greatly since their 2023 NBA championship win. They were eliminated in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Many speculated that the loss of Bruce Brown in free agency hurt their roster. Thank you. Literally, that's what happened. And things got worse this year, as the Nuggets, who were and still are one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA, with the loss of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in free agency, as he chose to sign with the Orlando Magic. And we all know KC. Listen, nobody is leaving a team they won a championship with unless it's for money. Denver lowballed KCP, and KCP said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to this young Orlando Magic team with Franz Wagner, with Jalen Suggs, with Paulo Banchero." Right? The Nuggets currently rank dead last at 30th for the worst three-point percentage in the NBA, making just 34.3% of their 3-point attempts. The Nuggets need to make some moves soon, as they currently hold an 11-10 record, and I think this is a no pull, so they're ninth, as we just saw. But listen, man, the Nuggets have to make some moves, because there's no way this team is going to compete for a championship. How can the Nuggets improve? The Nuggets must address the weaknesses of the roster before the trade deadline if they want to stay competitive in the NBA this season. They have until February to make some major moves. Perhaps GM Calvin Booth's inactivity on the trade front is a source of conflict between him and Michael Malone, and what better way to fix those problems than by working together and making some big moves? As stated above, the Nuggets' biggest concern is the 3-point shooting, where we here at Fadeaway World, essentially the Nuggets need to get some snipers. They need to get some snipers, man. And we have to give Westbrook his respect, man, because Westbrook, I think they only lost one game with this is the first game they lost with Westbrook on the lineup. I think Westbrook has given the Nuggets this much needed spark, because I feel like if Westbrook wasn't on this team, man, the Nuggets will be even worse. They'll have a worse record. So respect to Westbrook, man. But this is the last article, man. Nikola Jokic makes NBA history in Nuggets Wizards. I think he did make history. Well, obviously that was his career high, but and again, It starts here saying Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic is widely considered a front runner for the 2025 NBA MVP award. I'm sorry, Nikola Jokic is balling. I'm sorry, he should not be the MVP. Because you guys told me that seeding matters. He's the 9th seed. Why is he the MVP? I feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo should be the MVP. I think he should be the front runner for MVP simply because, let's keep it real here, man. The Bucks were garbage. They started the season horrendous, but they are now above 500 due to the fact of the star duo of Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. But Giannis Antetokounmpo in particular, he went crazy. He went crazy. There was a stretch where he was just putting up ridiculous MVP numbers. Where is it? This is over his last games, and this is 6 days ago, so obviously he put up more stats, but this is over his last 7 games, guys. This guy's playing like the best player in the world, man. Literally, he's playing like the best player in the world. So, yeah, man, I don't think Jokic should be the front runner for MVP. That's crazy. They're the 9th seed. That's insane. With one of the biggest stat lines of his NBA career on Saturday night against the Washington Wizards, Jokic finished with 56 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists. While this lineup was not enough to secure a victory against the Wizards that entered the night having lost 16 straight games, it was a historic game for Jokic. Per Basketball References stat head, Jokic's performance on Saturday was just the 3rd time in NBA history a player has tallied 56 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists in a game. The other 2 instances were Elgin Baylor in 1959 and Luka Doncic in 2022. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Jokic, he did ball out, man. He went crazy. And obviously, we know Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon were out. So, you know. But in addition to Jokic's big game, the Nuggets got solid production from Russell Westbrook and the starting lineup filling in for Murray, the 17-year veteran, with 7 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, and 4 steals in 32 minutes of action. Like Westbrook, man, we got to give Westbrook his respect, man. I'll say this: Westbrook, he didn't fit with the Lakers. That's just what it comes down to. The fit wasn't there. Same thing for the Clippers, but he's playing very well with the Nuggets. And I'll say this, man, the Nuggets, he's become one of the Nuggets I'm not saying he is one of the Nuggets most valuable players. I mean, look at this, man. 7 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, 4 steals in 32 minutes of action, bro. Like, and this is the first loss the Nuggets have suffered with Westbrook in the starting lineup, 3-1. So I think that should speak to that. So yeah, man, Jokic went crazy though, man. He did his thing. It wasn't enough though for him to get the dub, but you know, he did his thing, man. He did his thing. Yeah, man. He was just out here getting buckets, man. Jokic is just, yeah, man, unstoppable, bro. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, yo. That's ridiculous. Yeah, man. When Jokic decides to put his head down, nobody in the league, nobody in the association is stopping this guy, man. Yeah, nobody's stopping him, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, nobody's stopping him, man. Nobody's stopping Jokic, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. Where is it? Yeah, let me know what you guys think, man. Who should the Nuggets go for, man? If the Nuggets don't improve their 3-point shooting, bro, like not much they can do, man. I can't really hope for a championship if you're shooting 34% from 3. It's horrible. So let me know what you guys think about this, man. The Nuggets definitely need to make some improvements, because losing to the Washington Wizards, 3-18 Washington Wizards, is insane, man. But let me know what you guys think, and I'm out.